In Game of Thrones, dragons are a miracle. Daenerys Targaryen brought 3 dragons back into a world that had forgotten them. But if you watch House of the Dragon, you see a completely different reality. The skies of Westeros were once filled with dozens of massive, terrifying dragons. So, what happened? How did the most powerful creatures on Earth just disappear? The official story tells us that the dragons died out because of the Dance of the Dragons, the brutal civil war between the Targaryens. We are told they killed each other in battle, and the survivors were locked in the dragon pit, stunting their growth until they became no larger than dogs. But what if this history is a lie? There is a shocking theory in the A Song of Ice and Fire lore, known as the Grand Maester Conspiracy. It suggests that the true masterminds behind the fall of the Targaryen Empire weren't rival houses or the Night King. The real villains were the quiet, unassuming men in gray robes who served every lord in Westeros, the Maesters of the Citadel. To understand their motive, you have to understand what the Citadel represents. The Maesters are men of science, logic, and reason. They are the doctors, historians, and scholars of Westeros. But magic and dragons? They are unpredictable. They are chaos. The Maesters believed that as long as dragons existed, the world could never truly be civilized or controlled. The Maesters wanted a world ruled by intellect and politics, not fire and blood. They wanted a world where knowledge was the ultimate power. But how do mortal men kill gods? They couldn't fight the Targaryens on a battlefield. So, they fought them with patience, poison, and whispered advice. The theory suggests that the Maesters used their positions as healers and advisors to secretly sabotage the dragons. Over decades, they slowly poisoned the dragons in the dragon pit, stunting their growth and making them weak. They also manipulated the Targaryen rulers, giving them poor counsel that escalated their civil wars. Think about the influence a Grand Maester has. They read every raven, write every history, and mix every medicine. If a Maester wanted a dragon egg to not hatch, or a young dragon to fall mysteriously ill, who would question them? They were the trusted caretakers. They were the perfect assassins. There is even evidence in the books. Archmaester Marwyn, one of the few Maesters who studies magic, tells Samwell Tarly, "Who do you think killed all the dragons the last time around? Gallant dragon slayers armed with swords?" The world the Citadel is building has no place in it for sorcery or prophecy or glass candles, much less for dragons. The Maesters didn't just kill the dragons, they tried to erase magic from the world completely. They let the knowledge of Valyrian steel fade. They dismissed the White Walkers as myths and fairy tales. They convinced the lords of Westeros that magic was dead, ensuring that no one would ever try to bring it back. This conspiracy changes how we view the entire Targaryen dynasty. The Dance of the Dragons may have been the weapon, but the Maesters were the ones pulling the strings, ensuring that both sides destroyed each other. The Targaryens thought they were the masters of the world, completely unaware that their servants were plotting their extinction. So when Daenerys Targaryen's dragons hatched in the Dothraki Sea, it wasn't just a return of power, it was the failure of the Citadel's centuries-long plan. Magic had returned to a world that the Maesters had carefully sterilized. And with magic came the chaos they had sacrificed so much to destroy. The greatest trick the Maesters ever pulled was convincing the world that dragons died a natural death. They conquered an empire not with swords or fire, but with ink, poison, and patience. Thanks for watching. If this theory blew your mind, hit subscribe. Let us know in the comments, do you believe the Maesters killed the dragons?